lovelies, and welcome to a new video. So in this video I'm basically just going to be showing you guys what it's like in the mornings as a small business owner. I don't see the point in necessarily doing a whole day because every day is different, every day is difficult, but like all the information is in the morning. So I just had a shower, so my hair's like Let's start off with the fact that my daughter would normally be in nursery on weekday mornings from about 8 till 2, but she's not at the moment because she has most likely got chicken pox. She's got a kind of like red mark and a spot on her face. She's had a runny nose and she feels a bit warm, and apparently chickenpox has been going around at the nursery she's at. So we're just putting it down as she's got chickenpox. So what did I do when I first woke up? Now a lot of people might be like, oh, you can't do that. But when I first wake up, today I got paid. I got paid my personal independence payment, but because I got paid, the first thing I did was I sorted out my money. Money, it's exciting for me, but it also very quickly turns into anxiety, especially if money is just sitting in my bank account, and if I get bored, it's the first thing I'm gonna do. I want to do shopping, especially considering I love getting parcels in the morning. So the first thing that I paid was rent. I do live with my parents, but I do actually pay rent, and this is because I earn a lot more than my mum. Because she's my carer, she can't work, or she can, but she can only earn like £100 a week, and she only gets paid carer's allowance, which is £60 a week. That is rubbish, nothing. And obviously she's in charge of paying for my phone bills, all of that kind of stuff, so I do add that into the cost. So I pay her £250 a month, and that pays for my daughter's lunchbox. The phone bill I have, we're on like a special kind of deal with EE, so it's not like horrendous amounts a month. And normally she would pay the electricity bill and the gas with whatever's left, and then sometimes she'll keep some for herself as well as a little booster to her carer's allowance. Obviously my dad does work and he does earn money, but a lot of that does go on like the food shopping, water bills, those kind of bills that are a lot bigger, the car. So yeah, I paid my mum rent, and I'm always like happy to do so. If my money ever went up a lot, I would pay more, but it's still, this is the best I can do to ensure that I am able to pay for other things. Then I had a few cancellations on my mascot costumes. So one wanted to cancel because she needed it done sooner, but in my T's and C's it states that I cannot give an end date, and I do take a lot longer. 1, because I'm disabled, 2, because I have a child, and 3, because I have a main business that I'm doing. So the first suit making is just on the side, and eventually I probably will stop doing commissions, and maybe if I wanted to make pre-made items. I had to cancel because she wanted to pay someone else who can do it quicker, which I'm completely fine with. There was no hassle with it. I gave her all of the materials that I bought specifically for her project. Then with the main price I divided it by 2 because that's 50%, and I have the 50% deposit. That is what paid for most of the materials, and whatever's left is the fact that I've had to have it in my room. It's taken space, it's taken time, I've done a little bit of work, this and that. So yes, I refunded that this morning because the sooner I did that, the better, because I didn't want to spend the money and then be like, where's my refund? And I've already sent the item off. There was also another cancellation. I think she had a few problems of her own, and I felt really like bad. But obviously, as my T's and C's stay, I can only give you a 50% refund. I brought a new printer. It's the Epson EcoTank 2726. So the money that I had left, I actually paid into my overdraft. Okay, so that's pretty much what I have done already this morning. Now let's talk about what I'm going to do to finish off the morning. So, if you watched my most recent video, or if you're following me on any social media, I recently got these planners and a notepad from Emily Harvey Art. I highly recommend, her stuff is so cute. But I've been making it my morning routine to really plan out what I'm doing throughout the day, because otherwise I just get so stressed and I'm always thinking of stuff, and I still struggle with like thinking of ideas constantly going through my head, and my head starts thinking about other stuff. But it's nice to not have to think about stuff to do with my business and then worry about forgetting it, if that makes sense. So I do write everything down. So I have, this is the planner. I do have my own one coming on the way, but obviously I've got to support her because her stuff is amazing. And then I have paper from old planners and notes and stuff, because sometimes I fill up a page, okay? So what I do is I go through the old stuff and add it to the new stuff, and then whatever's been completed is done. And then if a page gets fully completed and there's nothing left to copy onto a new page, then the page goes. I will probably put it in my paper shredder that I'm hopefully getting today, so it will basically be recycled as shreddings for my boxes. Okay, so I have just finished writing in my daily kind of planner, so I thought I would go through it with you guys. So I've obviously put the date and it's Friday. Sometimes if there's like really little stuff and there's lots of room, and there's only little stuff to do the next day, then I'll just circle another day and it'll be Friday and, you know, Saturday. But this is my daily planner. So in my need to do, I have feet pulls at the top. Now that's going to be at the top for quite a while, so I'm doing little bits every day to complete it. Then I have my budget binder. I want that at the top because I'm getting paid soon, and if I have my budget binder in place, then I know where money is going. Although I also know that a lot of things I'm specifically paying for, so that I need to start paying for, which will be insurance. But we'll get to that in a minute. Then new photos, so I still got a lot more new photos to take. I didn't quite complete them because I do have a lot of stock. And then tidy my room, so even if it's just picking up the rubbish from last night, then that is something. Then what I would like to do, so my current Kickstarter has like 14-15 hours left or something. And we're 90% there, and I'm really hoping we get to 100% because I'm so excited about these. But if not, I also need to, you know, have a look at my next Kickstarter because I got that ready. Obviously my first Kickstarter doesn't look as amazing because it was my first, but this time round I kind of know what I'm doing and I feel like it just looks so good. And then obviously I would like to get a website going, so that's going to take a lot of designing, so that might just be in the evenings, maybe doing the odd little bit here and there. And then I would also like to eventually have wings and hearts. Now I don't think I'll get this done today, but I put it in so that way I don't forget next time I am doing my journal. So if I have a day where I've got mostly free time, then I can add this to my to-do. Then orders, currently I know I have 2 orders, but I can't quite remember, and obviously I'm using my phone for filming, so I can't check yet. But I do know I have a toe guard order now. I definitely had a few orders since doing the new Etsy photos, and I did do a video on how I did my new Etsy photos, so definitely go check that out. I highly recommend. Now for the social media planning, I put my budget binder because I do want to make a video on my budget binder. Now obviously the every time I put money in it, that kind of thing, that will be a TikTok kind of monthly video. But I do want to do a basic video on how I'm like designing my binder and you know, planning everything, and I want to share that with you guys. Then for the looking after yourself, which I think is a lovely touch, I've got cereal for breakfast. I haven't had it yet, but I know I'm going to have it because I need to start having breakfast. And then in my notes I put track my food on Instagram, because from now on I'm doing because I have to track my food anyway with the weight loss plan with the NHS that I'm doing. I thought that if I did it through Instagram, then I feel like people can just feel motivated or join me, anything. I just feel like it's a good place to do it. I also feel like it will help me have more control, because then I feel more accountable for what I'm showing to other people. Then I would like to design a tariff number book. So if you didn't know, there's a new law where you have to have a tariff number on items going to the EU, or I think it's all international items, but I'm not sure, but I know it's definitely with the EU now, which is so annoying. So I would like to design a custom book to have where I could have a list of all the tariff numbers for all of the items that I sell, and I feel like that would be really helpful. And I also want to do a postage book. So at the moment I'm still struggling on how much it's going to cost to send certain items to different, like, out of the way countries, so not like the main, just USA or UK or France. Like there's like, I don't know, Jamaica for example. So I do want to get a postage book together where I can figure out how much it's going to cost me to send the items, so that way when I put it up on Etsy I can charge people the correct amount. And then obviously I've just reminded myself that I need to start my insurance on the 12th, and it's going to be £110.19, and I also need to let her know that I've added a printer, so I'm just going to draw an arrow. I'd like to add that to the insurance list if possible, although I am paying monthly for it, so it might not be necessary. I don't know, I'll ask her. But yeah, so that is my plan for today. Now on my notes I don't have anything, this is from the other day, but if I start to think of things that aren't necessarily what I need to do or want to do today, they're just thoughts that are going in my head that I know that I need to remember, and this is where I'll come and put them down. I hope that it was somewhat helpful or even just slightly interesting to watch. But that is the end of the video, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye!